All right, super excited to have Profile by Sanford St. Louis store ambassador Jordan on with us this evening, and just really excited to pick her brain as she has made some astonishing progress since joining Profile. Gosh, Jordan, when did you originally join Profile?
I believe I started July 9th. That was my first day of 2020.
Insane, during a global pandemic, coming in and just getting laser focused on your health and wellness. And it's been an absolute pleasure seeing your scale victories, your non-scale victories, but ultimately how you carry yourself when you come into our store. And so eager to pick your brain this evening and ask you some questions because, girl, you have a story to tell. So first question I have for you is, what motivated you to lean on a health coaching company like Profile to begin with?
Yeah. So this was not my first time with Profile. I had started it when I was going through my undergrad program in Fargo, North Dakota. The program worked for me. It really did. And I think my issue was I hadn't found my why yet. Like I said, I was an undergrad student working all the time, very busy. But eventually I graduated and moved back home to the St. Louis area and got married and started my first big girl job. I was looking back at my wedding photos and kind of just realized, that was the happiest day of my life, but I feel like I don't look like myself and I didn't feel like myself. And that was really hard to realize, and then we suddenly, we got back from our honeymoon and the world shut down a week later. And, I spent some time trying to think about how I wanted to change things and what I could do during a pandemic. And I, realized like, this is my time to focus on myself. So I, was really excited when I found out that we had Profile locations in Missouri. And I got my first appointment, and it's been history from there.
And lucky us, so excited, to have you grace us with your presence here a second time. And again, tapping into your why. And I loved seeing the side by side photo of your wedding day versus your anniversary. It's incredible. What would you say is your biggest challenge thus far since restarting here in our St. Louis location, and how did you overcome that?
Yeah. So when people ask me, like, how did you do it? How'd you lose the weight? And, I tell them, first of all, I tell them it's been through Profile, but I also tell them, this isn't just a story of me overcoming my physical health. This is a story of me taking charge of my mental health as well. Ever since I, left high school, I've had jobs where my main focus has been the mental health of others. And I just learned to throw myself into my work and to worry about them first and then take care of me when I get home. And that led to a lot of emotional eating. So I think, the biggest challenge for me was learning, okay, how am I going to build this new lifestyle in a way where I don't need to escape and emotionally overeat when I get home? So, that involved a lot of going to therapy, which I think everyone should do regardless of their weight goals. Talking with my coach and being 100% with her and, letting her know, like, I had a hard day this week, and learning from that with her. And then, just doing those little things, those little bits of self-care, that really just give you, the motivation and the comfort you need in order to focus on your health goals.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. It's so true. I feel like, there's a lot of members that we serve in the healthcare industry, and you're one of them, that you pour so much into the patients that you guys serve, and you do take that home with you. And so it's hard work addressing that and leaning on your coach, but love your transparency with that. And, when you say you're working on the inside and out, I just have to read these stats off because I know the coaches and I are so extremely proud of you, Jordan, since you started back. 32% body fat shredded. You've lost 42 inches overall and 92 pounds total. So you're on the brink of, losing 100 pounds again during a pandemic in a job that's pretty stressful that you put others first. How do you feel now versus how you felt when you came into Profile?
I feel like 100% different person. You know, when I walked in those doors, I was depressed, I was lethargic, very anxious about what was going on in the world around me. And, you know, me and my coach talk about this a lot, because anytime I'm struggling now, you know, we think back like, how are you feeling this time a year ago? Um, and, you know, kind of like going back to my last answer, you know, I am in such a better place, both physically and mentally. I'm more confident, I'm more active, you know, and just more excited about life.
It makes me really happy to hear that, and being so transparent and speaking on both, leaning on your therapist, but also leaning on profile for nutritional advice and lifestyle. Um, what advice would you give to someone? So, like, here you are a year later, almost a completely different person inside and out. What kind of advice would you give to someone that's coming through our doors tomorrow?
You know, I would tell them that this is the best thing you could do for yourself. You know, it's not like a fad diet where, you know, it might work for a week and then, you know, you gain it all back, um, because it's not a diet. It's a whole change in your routine and your activity and your healthcare, along with your diet. And, you know, it's not like the coaches are just handing us the products and the meal plan and saying, okay, good luck, we'll see you next week. They're really sitting down and talking with you about what your goals are, what your why is, you know, what is your biggest struggle, you know, what do you expect is going to be an issue this week, you know. um, and just doing that over time, it really helps build that strong relationship to where you can rely on them, you can ask them about, you know, different things as they come up. So I would say, you know, rely on your coaches, trust the program, you know, take care of yourself, and it'll come, you know. And in a couple months time, you know, you'll look back and realize, wow, this really was the best thing I could have done for myself.
Absolutely. That makes me so happy and proud to hear, Jordan. I know I've said this to you before, but I truly feel like this generation of women, and you being such a huge part of that, not apologizing for putting their health and wellness first, making it a priority, committing to that coaching appointment. It's not easy to make a 2-cheek commitment each and every week and focusing on opportunities and strengths and triggers and addressing things in your life that impact your nutritional intake. And so you're inspiring so many. We are so grateful for you, Jordan, and cannot wait to post your boomerang and picture of when you are signing our 100-pound loss wall.
It's coming. It's around the corner, and I'm ready too. I'm so excited and thankful for you and all the coaches.
We are equally as grateful, Jordan. I thank you for all that you do and continue to do to represent our store to the fullest.
Of course. Thank you.